From Table Mountain to the sea, this is the city of Cape Town in all of its brilliant beauty. Today, ready to host the Barbarians women as they take on the Springbok women for the third time in their history. What a beautiful day it is in Cape Town. The weather surely feels like more than 17 degrees. Perfect conditions for running rugby, which is precisely what you want to see when you see any Barbarians team take to the field. And this Barbarians team is packed with legends and superstars. On your screen right now, you'll see 7 stars who are making their final international appearance before calling it a day on rugby. The likes of Kendra Coxage, who has won 3 World Cups and has the most caps for the Black Ferns in the 9. Ceres Hale in the number 3 jersey with 49 caps for Wales is playing her final match today. Rachel Burford, a bona fide England legend with 84 caps to her name, and she was the 2014 England Player of the Year, another one of those 7 who is playing their final match today. Also watch out for Emily Scott in the 15, another serious performer for England with 38 caps behind her. There is going to be plenty of ball being tossed around by these legends of the game. As for the Springbok women, building up to their 2nd edition of WXV2, they will be led onto the field by Cindy Boy, Nolusundiso for the full name, captain of Western Province. She's been to multiple World Cups. Ayanda Malinga in the number 11 jersey, always dangerous. The 2 vice captains of the team, Lindelwa Gwala in the number 2 jersey, and Taylor Kinsey in the number 9. She has scored many points for the Springbok women, who have firepower waiting on the bench as well in the form of Libby Janse van Rensburg with 22 caps behind her and 199 points racked up. She is a serious player for the ladies in the green and gold. Of course, the fans in the stands, not just for the women now, but for the match coming up after, the greatest rugby rivalry, that between the Springboks and the All Blacks, which will be played right here at the self-same stadium a little while later today. And there it is, a 5 o'clock kickoff for the Rugby Championship decider between these 2 legendary sides, which so richly entertained last weekend at Ellis Park, and they'll look to light up Cape Town as well. In the background, of course, Table Mountain, a feature of this city, one of the many features of such a tourist-friendly city here at the bottom of the continent of Africa. You'll see plenty of black and white jerseys around as well. Strong support for the New Zealand side in Cape Town, historically and all the way up to this day. A rich tradition it is indeed. But now they are waiting to see the Springbok women take to the field, who have a lot to get ready for their 2nd effort of the WXV2, just squeaking through last year with a victory against Manusina Samoa, and they made their way into the WXV2 for a 2nd year running. While as for the Barbarians women, of course, so many experienced legends, some of them calling it a day today. Alongside me in commentary for this match, it is none other than Layla Arison. Layla, this should be a really big one.
Oh, Paul Stubbs, it's been too long. We are here, and this is the moment. We love setting history. This is what we want to do. The first time that the Springbok women have ever played at DHL Stadium, and what an occasion, what a moment, and what a team. A team going through a lot of changes too, with the new management squad having to come up, try and learn from each other and try and build to that ever WXV2 that you speak about so quickly. But even bigger than that, going out and to prepare for the Rugby World Cup for next year. But it is a beautiful day to play rugby. It is not as warm, or it is warmer than we thought it was going to be. So that is going to be the hottest rugby that we're going to see today. 2 families have come out, everyone have come out to come and support the Springbok women and the Springbok men a little bit later on.
Let's talk about those management changes that you mentioned earlier. Of course, in the driver's seat, Swayze de Bruin fell ill on Sunday, so hasn't been with the team this week.
Yeah, Bafana Nhleko, but more so Lauren Johannes Haupt has come over and taken over, and the prep for it. And even better, Linda, the head coach for the Barbarians women, and Lauren Johannes Haupt played in the 2010 Rugby World Cup together. So what a full circle moment for them to come up and coach both of these sides, and the moment and this moment for them. I mean, what a moment, what an occasion for them to be able to come out onto this field. But we have to remember that the Barbarians women, all in all, there are individual players who have more test caps for their individual and respective countries. combined, you know, they have more caps than the Springbok women and the whole team combined. So a learning moment for the Springbok women.
And so with all of that in mind, the Barbarians women making their way onto the field. Layla, who would you say has the edge in this match? Do you think the Springbok women are far along enough in their preparation to get a win?
Well, I mean, for a side that have just gotten together 3 weeks ago, they are still very much in a forming phase and trying to understand each other and trying to find each other in the new style of rugby they are looking to play, finding their identity. I think it's going to be about backing yourselves, but also just having fun today and going out and expressing yourselves.
As for the women in the green and gold, is there any player there that you want to single out? Any player that stands out to you?
Well, I mean, Nadine Brewers coming in on the 10 jersey has to be the standout. She's one of the standout players in all of women's rugby. It's a name that you know, it's a name on people's lips all over the place. So to be able to see what she can do in that 10 jersey in place of Libby Janssen van Rensburg is going to be so good. I always thought that having her at 15, you lose her and you lose what she can bring to a game. So we're hoping to see some of that wrist magic on the game line today.
And the Barbarians women with those 7 retiring players, of course. Kendra Coxedge really the one to watch with 3 World Cups to her name, but there's many World Cup winners here, 6 Nations galore. But now Nodusindiso Boy leads the Springbok women onto the DHL Stadium field for the very first time in their history. This is going to be a cracker. Two sides line up prepared for the kickoff, but before that, of course, the pre-match formalities, including the national anthem. It's going to be an enthralling one. The Springbok women always growing, always improving, looking today to get their first ever victory over the Barbarians women in 3 times of asking.
Of the Barbarians.
There's only 1 year left till the Women's World Cup in England, and the Springbok women are building towards that very point, but more importantly towards the WXV2 taking place in South Africa, kicking off at the Cape Town Stadium right here later on this month. Zoe Nordier, formerly a player right here in South Africa, in the center of the field, and in the TMO box, another Springbok international in Amy Barrett-Turon. It's going to be an enthralling match surely between these two sides, with those 7 retiring players from the Barbarians. They will be keen to express themselves in their final time between the 4 white lines. Final time for a prediction, Layla. Give it to us.
You know what? It's about growth, it's about building, it's about understanding and building those connections in order to walk away with the WXV2 trophy.
Very diplomatic stuff from my co-commentator. Let's see how it all unfolds here in all the beauty and the sunshine of Cape Town this afternoon. The last time out was at Athlone Stadium. A tighter match than it ever has been between these sides. The Barbarian women winning 38 points to 26 last year. Can the Springbok women go one better? Nadine Roos with her first ever start in the number 10 gets us underway. Shallow kickoff for the Springbok women, claimed well by the Barbarian women and cleared by Coxage. Oh boy, what a start. Big hits from Asesa Hele along with Solonsi. Barbarian women undeterred, working a very narrow overlap here. The tackle effected by Eloise Webb. And now Coxage will go over the top. Nadine Roos sharp to that opportunity. Fantastic hands from the book number 10. Now Taylor Kinsey. How will the Springbok women approach this game against so much talent on the other side of the field? Looks like an advantage being played to the green and gold. Spent about a year in England playing for the Harlequins. Cesar Hele, a team which a couple of her teammates play for. Coxage underneath the ball, takes it well.
No advantage. Back for the high tackle.
I mean, if there's any moment to describe the intensity that the Springbok women want to come out, it's that double hit that was made by the defense. Just offside at that breakdown. It was a dangerous tackle, rather. Going into the contact, setting it up really well, and Lindell Magualas goes in, tucks, and unfortunately Captain Alicia Warrington just getting her around the collar. Great opportunity now for Celia to be able to get them inside the 22. She's top point scorer for the Premier Division, Women's Premier Division in South Africa, Yaki Celia.
That's middle.
Quality line out from the Springbok women. Can they set the rolling maul effectively? Guala's tucked into the boot here. The Barbarian women's defense looking strong for the time being, but slow progress being made, but progress all the same. The Springbok women commit more numbers to the maul now. A penalty advantage being played. Taylor Kinsey now wants to get the ball out to her back line. Powerful running from Awet. Kinsey. Oh, Hele can't hold on.
Side that understands when they need to set their set piece and get their set piece going. The Springbok women, they pride themselves on a rolling maul and a scrum quite like the men, but they just do it and do it differently, and they always look to seek for points coming out of that. Illegal sacking coming in from the side from the Barbarians women too, and now they're going to have to defend another one with Yaki Celia looking to go for that 5 meter. Cesar Hele always going to look for a run up and just unfortunately getting that one wrong.
Open up, line is middle, open up. Yep, that's fine.
This time it is the captain boy rising in the line out to receive Guala's throw. The rolling maul set again. The Barbarian women have committed numbers and they're shifting the sideways. All of a sudden there's a break down the center. Is Guala in? She is!
Hugs all around. We love it when a plan comes together, and the Springbok women do it so effortlessly. Went with the 5 the Springbok women. Nolisindiso Boy is saying she's going to set it and put all the weight of it on her own shoulders. Gets a good initial shove. It looked like it was going towards the post and going laterally, and then the break-off comes. Sizopila Solonsi as well as Aseza Hele leading the charge, and Lindelo Agwala, when she sees a whitewash, she only knows one place to go. That's exactly the kind of start that the Springbok women would have wanted against the Barbarians.
Tries galore for Lindelo Agwala. 33 caps now and 13 tries to her name. Here is Yaki Salias. Clean strike for the radar off. 5 points to 0. It remains.
Yaki Salias, the Francais protege, they were kicking balls in the backyard. Yaki Salias and Francais, and this was such a well set maul and great understanding when to break up, breaking away like a splinter. Lindelo Agwala getting on the scoreboard for the Springboks first.
Amber Reid with ball in hand gets us back underway. Barbarians woman entering Springbok territory for the first time with that kickoff. They'll be looking to build up some consistency in possession. Only 5 minutes gone so far. Great connection on that from Kinsey. Fielded by Lydia Thompson. Coxage gets it free. The Barbarians will play with ball in hand. It is their mandate. It is their responsibility in the black and white jerseys. Kira Cooney carrying it in there. Barbarian woman spreading it wide now. Cheta Emba on the outside. Birandre Dorf stands up to the challenge, and Awe completes the tackle. Couple of phases now for the Barbarians. Coxage makes the hit. Amber Reid with the quick hands. And a knock on.
Oh, that's what experience brings for the Barbarians women. They play at such a pace and an intensity that the Springbok women are going to have to try and keep up with for the full 80 minutes. Got someone, a general like Kendra Coxage at 9. She understands the game, 2 plays ahead too, so she knows how to play, knows how to get her forwards in the game. Unfortunately, just losing the ball in contact. It's the first scrum that we've seen of the day too. So how will the Springbok women fare against the Barbarian side?
Let's go. Crouch! Bind!
Charmaine McMahon and Blackfern.
Sit!
On the blind side flank.
Stand up! Stand up!
I think it's just
really
didn't hear the
this.
whistle go the first time. The Springbok women very eager to stay in that contest.
The love of scrummaging. Not uncommon here in South Africa.
Not at all.
Okay, there's no stability.
Balo Lacha and Oxenchi, I think she had a cake together a couple of days ago.
Okay. Just before. Just before.
Balo Lacha, such a legend.
Let's be square there.
Women's rugby
Stay square.
already.
Crouch! Bind! Sit!
Big blindside to work with here for the Springbok women. Should they so choose. Kinsey feeds the scrum, a penalty advantage. It's all going the way of green and gold.
Number 1.
Had no doubt in her mind, did Zoe O'Dear. Great understanding, great refereeing. Looked like it might have just been Sarah's Hale being penalised for not scrumming illegally. Another opportunity for the Springbok women to penetrate the 22 of the Barbarians women.
What happened there is you didn't start
It wasn't Sarah's Hale, it was rather Rocky Clark, member of the British Empire, just not being able to get her scrummaging correct in that one. She is versus Balo Lacha, who's got such a good understanding of the tight head position. She's not scrumming straight, you got to go through the middle first.
What a contest in the air. How did Vena Ubisi hold on to that one? Balancing it on her head, and another advantage to the Springbok women. Koala driven backwards.
No advantage. White, you're jumping across. Number 4.
Jumping across.
Yep.
Been called there from
Jumping
referee
across,
Zoe
number
O'Dear. Just getting in the jumping line. Could have been a couple of infringements because of Vina Obisi's The way she received the ball might have been playing in the air too.
Yaki Salir finds touch.
When she plays with confidence, she does it so well. Vino BC, the line-out caller, a little bit of playing in the air, jumping across again. Alicia Washington, the captain, giving away another penalty. So definitely not the way that they would have started. 4 penalties conceded already.
Guala feeds, they get one wrong, but Babawalacha makes it good. Driving for the line.
Just before release.
Short of the line, and she must be released. From the tackle of Marston Mulhern, they play it blind for Vaina Ubisi. The second try for the Springbok women.
High fives all around Vaina Ubisi. She's such a line-out specialist. You get her, and she's got such a good understanding of the game. Probably a slower ball than Taylor Kinsey would have wanted, but then she had no doubt who she was going to. Vaina Ubisi comes out on the short angle, finds herself over the line. Such a positive start for the Springbok women, growing in confidence within the first 10 minutes of this game.
Yaki Salir, born in Bethlehem.
20 seconds.
Same place as Bismarck Duplessis. Oh, it's looking good from Yaki Salir. It holds its line. 2 more points on the board.
Now she's got it. Yaki Salir gets into the rhythm and just starts in the tap over. But look at the communication between Vino BC and Taylor Kinsey. Knew exactly who she was going to. Found her on the drift line. Strong enough to get herself over that line, Vino BC.
2 tries to start off the match, both coming from the Springbok women. Let's see if the Barbarians women can get the ball and keep their hands on it for an extended period of time. Very well taken from that kickoff. And a penalty to the black and white hoops.
Down at the ruck.
Quickly taken by Coxage. The Barbarians women want to get going, and they've been stopped in their tracks again. This time Ceres Hale taking the hit. The ball to Burford. Out wide to Ember. Ember now being driven backwards. A fair bit of intent evident from the green and gold jerseys. Coxage having to dip low to get it was McMenamin, the captain. Spread by Hohepa on the great pass on the inside for Scott. The interplay quality from a team with a plethora of nations on the field and waiting on the bench as well. Marston Mulhern, England international, carries it in there. Sharp pass from Reed. Oh, wonderful hands from Washington, but the pass forward.
And just as they looked like they were starting to go through the phase-in and get something going, the Barbarians women, Tumisa Kawe lines her up, forcing that forward pass on the outside. Would have been a 1v1 on the outside. Goes behind the back. Tumisa Kawe gets just low enough to be able to make it a legal tackle. 1v1 on the outside between Cheta Ember as well as Ayanda Malinga.
Far behind as well. I don't want to see that elbow tackle.
Love to see that foot race, but had most of the possession, the Barbarians women. South Africa has just been way more clinical in how they've been able to produce points when they get into the right areas of the field.
Bind! Sit! This side, we need to work better here. Okay, please, same mark. Both of you, let's get straight as well and get a long bind. Thank you. Crouch! Bind! Sit!
Here we go again. Knee down. And the Barbarians woman back on her feet now.
Use it!
The Springbok
Use it.
women are dominating. Zoe Nordia forcing Taylor Kinsey to use the ball. Springbok woman on the front foot, and on the outside gap goes Eloise Webb. Spread out to Yaki Salir. Yaki Salir is going. Trying to go all the way around. What an exciting brand they're playing.
A good understanding to spread it to the wings early. I think Taylor Kinsey would have been hoping to keep the ball in a little longer, try and get the penalty off for the scrum. Referee's own idea tells her she's got to use it, but good understanding. Eloise Webb getting on the outside of the opposite number. She's got pace to burn, does Yaki Celia. Tries to go for the offload. I think Nadine Roos probably just thinking she was going to go in for the seal, not expecting that ball to come back. But enterprising play of rugby that the Springbok women are trying to play. As soon as they get that backline involved, it's going to be dangerous. They've got such dangerous players in the backline too.
Bind! Sit!
No! Fire!
Scrum pressure on the Barbarians women.
No. Stop.
Ceres Hale drops a knee to the ground yet
They're not
again,
gonna
and she is
shout.
penalised.
Yeah, she's having a tough time.
No, the other players.
There again, suddenly see where Charlie, scrumming specialist between her and Babalo Lacha, understand their roles so well. Do both of the props, loose head and tight head.
As this is the middle, please move half a meter that way. Half a meter.
Look at how she goes in. Suddenly see where Charlie gets under the sternum of Ceres Hale, and then just the pressure from behind Hale too much and goes to the knee.
Guara to feed the line out, which has proven to be extremely dangerous from the Springbok women thus far.
Still the same
Well
man.
disrupted by the Barbarians, but now the Springbok women come again, and they're going for the line. Desperate defense driving the Springbok women back. Tremendous stuff from Lydia Thompson. The Springbok women keep it tight now. Cesar Hele driving forward.
So much space on the outside if the Springbok women can get it there.
But for now they keep it tight through Ntrachuwa. Kinsey's looking right, and Babalwa Lacha is there to power forward. Waiting out on the wing is Ayanda Malinga, who's got pace to burn. Now it may be coming that way. Nadine Roos gets it, and Malinga's going to get the bouncing ball. Malinga could still get in from here. Ayanda Malinga! Liquid pace from the left winger for the Springbok women, and they're in again.
Oh, Slinga Malinga. She was screaming for that ball on the outside pace. Eloise Webb opting for the skip pass to go through behind Redolph. Pass, ball beats defender, and then it was the one-on-one versus Cheta. We said we wanted to see it. Gets the goosey, gets on the outside. It was a tough catch for her. She had to get it around her boot laces, and then when she gets going, 7 specialists Ayanda Malinga, so you don't want to give her that much space.
Yaki Celia. Challenging one for the number 14. She's struck it clean. She's struck it true. The flags are raised again.
We spoke about the little bit of momentum and that pendulum swinging in favour of the Springbok women. Look at the goose step to get on side of Cheta Emba. Knew that she had on the outside. Back to pace. Brilliant, brilliant work. Both the forwards setting it up really well to be able to allow the backline to get it to Slinga Ayanda Malinga.
We've got the people dancing here at Cape Town Stadium. Amber Eve with yet another restart for the Barbarian woman. They will be desperate to make their imprint on this match. Just heading towards halfway through the first half.
No balls in.
Kinsey going to send it along. Another contestable one. Very well measured, and the pressure coming on from Sevilla on the chase. She certainly made her imprint on this match, with boot and with ball in hand. Now, moving the ball forward for the Barbarians woman, Kitlinski. Washington trying the ambitious offload. Everything backwards, and Babalwa Lacha will carry it forward.
Play the ball, you
Stopped by
have
Amber Eve.
it. There we go.
Sounded like a turnover was affected. The Springbok woman snatched it back, and now coming in from the side
He's sealing off.
was Alicia Washington.
She's losing her feet at breakdown time was Cesar Hele. Try to go in
Captain?
for Sanlesiwe.
I spoke with you about this before.
Sanlesiwe Charlie
They're all
still
starting
wanted to
swing.
create the
Happy
protective
for you to come to me.
seal,
talk to
losing
them
her
while we're moving
feet
to the
unfortunately.
line.
She's gone off feet at that breakdown time. Now opportunity for the Barbarians women. We've not seen the Barbarians women in the half of the Springbok women with ball in hand, or even in the 22 of the Springbok women with ball in hand. So it's all been Springbok women for the first 80 minutes, and that's not gone out.
That's not going to help the situation at all. Nadine Roos plays it into Berandre Dolph, who's a dangerous runner. Snatched away in the tackle. Brilliant work from Rachel Burford. It's the power of experience there, winning the day. Good hands from Ceres Hale. They're caught behind the gain line. Once again, the Barbarian women and the aggressive defense of the Springbok women making its mark time and again. Koksich looking for options. She finds Kitlinski. Numbers out wide for the Barbarians women. If they can skip that ball away, and skip it they do. Now sending it along is Malloy. Cover defense for the green and gold, getting there in time. A lot of work for Lydia Thompson. Koksich always there to clear up the base of the rack at rapid speed. Rocky Clark. Koksich. Wonderful hands from Burford. They're finding their feet. Now the Barbarians woman trying for the gap on the outside was Ember. Malinga got back to make the tackle. Advantage being played to the Barbarians. Washington can't hold on.
No advantage. Number 11, high tackle.
Yanda Malinga just being called for the high tackle on Cheta Ember. Abrasive in contact. The Barbarians women. They go in, they're always trying to look to change the angle of attack, try and get extra runners around the outside, create numbers, look to create that overlap. This is where they created those numbers. Cheta Ember, Berandre Dolph just trying to be a speed wobble in the way, and then Ayanda Malinga goes around the neck, just a bit of a seatbelt tackle.
Solid line out from the Barbarians women, and Koksich gets it away. Burford with a short offload midfield, sending it wide now. Hohepa. Those passes to the outside just need to get there quicker, but Dolph is being shed now. Malinga comes across. Oh, what a try by Lydia Thompson. The Barbarian women have struck.
Oh, Lydia Thompson, a bronze Commonwealth Games medalist, knows how to score tries. Not going to keep her away there. We said this about the Barbarians, trying to change that angle of attack, trying to get on the outside, just way too soft in contact, unfortunately. Berandre Dolph, she was there in time, gets on the outside, try to jersey grab, not putting those shoulders in. Had to come off a wing, Ayanda Malinga, but just not enough cover defense. Got to become more abrasive in your defense, got to make those positive hits.
They want to check
one of a number of English women.
I was happy with flat.
And here's another, Amber Reid.
They agree, flat pass. Okay.
Flat one from Amber Reid. She won't be happy with that.
No, so with that one, I was
5 points it remains for the Barbarians, but they're in the game.
Audacious and assertive from the Barbarians women. They've got to get ball in hand and try and start playing. And as soon as they're able to play, this is what they can produce. The Springbok women, we spoke about it, having to keep up the intensity for the full 80.
Green and gold here to support the women, but also the men who are taking on the All Blacks later today in an absolutely colossal fixture. What a day to be a rugby fan. Nadine Roos standing on the center spot with the number 10 on her back. An electrifying player in 7s and 15s. Goes long with the restart. Great technique on that. Oh, the bump pass. She's paid the price for trying to create some deception. I think it was the try scorer, Lydia Thompson. Kinsey, as the Springbok women have won back possession. Big strong run from Saneli Siwa, Charlie. Kinsey off to Papa Walacha, stepping through the tackle and making meters. Kinsey to Roos. Here's Cindy Boy. In fact, it's Gwala.
Ball's there.
Gwala able to present eventually. Nadine Roos with the slip pass out wide. However, it's travelled forward.
TMO check. Can you please put on the screen what we are checking?
Okay, so we've got an upright tackle from green 14, which we're going to put up on the screen for you.
It looks like Yaki Sillier that might be in trouble. They're just checking an upright tackle.
Give me 1 second.
It might have just been in that offload that we saw where South Africa was able to turn over the ball. Just waiting for it
Just
to
waiting
go.
on those replays.
Thank you so much.
waiting for it to be put on screen, but it was looked like it was in that offload that Lydia Thompson tried to get away. So it's in this. This is where the Barbarians women received the ball. That was Lydia Thompson, and then Yaki Silier upright in that tackle. They didn't try to bend, get any hips bent in that contact. So that's Lydia Thompson. That's where they want to check. That's head on head, very
okay,
upright.
So we do have direct head contact, and that tackler is always upright.
Okay, do we see any mitigating factors?
We're just going to play it in live play to see the degree of danger.
So you've got to remember, in these occasions, it's always going to start at a red, and then they're going to look for mitigating factors to turn it into a yellow. Maybe just a penalty only, but at the moment, it doesn't look like there was much or any mitigating factor for Yaki Silier.
So, Amy, what I'm seeing, she is coming with high speed.
Yeah, it's just the different angles that they're trying to look at.
Do you see that as a high degree of danger? She's coming there with high speed.
Absolutely
Yes,
no
agreed.
mitigating
So
factor.
That's a high level of danger.
Okay.
But
So-
we do... Oh, go on.
No, go for it.
We do have mitigation in that the brunt of the contact is on the chest, but there is head contact.
Okay, so we're sticking with a yellow card.
Agree.
Okay. Number 14. Number 14. Okay, so we have head contact. You're always upright. The mitigating factor is that it does hit the chest as well, and then the head, so that's going to be a yellow card. Oh, sorry.
Whoa. She can wipe the sweat from her brow. It's a yellow and not a red.
Oh, yeah.
So number 6.
That's why.
She was always
Referee
upright. She
Amy
doesn't have contact
Barrett
with
up in the
but
TMO
the
box.
mitigation
and
is that it
you
hits
and
the
I
chest.
aren't deeming
Yeah.
that all the contact was going through the chest in the middle, and then there was head contact. So only a yellow. Very, very lucky.
So, a chance for the Barbarian woman to perhaps advance with the one-woman advantage. See how much advantage they can take of that advantage. Quick feed to the line out from Kitlinski. They want to keep things moving through Coxage now. Reed sends it along to Burford. Always making some gaps in the back line when they get running, and out wide it goes again to Ember. This time cutting inside to get away from Malinga and find some different targets. Coxage. What a run that was from Ceres Hale, playing into the blind again. Great pace of play from the Barbarian woman, but expecting a woman to be outside, finding no one there, the try scorer, Lydia Thompson.
I think she thought Cheta Ember was going to stay on her wing, comes off her own wing, looking for that offload. But it's exactly true what she said. Stubbs, they're creating those gaps in the defense of the Springbok women, so maybe just not trusting that inside defender to come and make those hits.
Please open up. White, please open up. Open up.
You just got to keep that line integrity, the defensive integrity, back that every man's going to make their hit.
Okay, you guys have to pick the numbers. Please, out 3. Out 3. Thank you. Just readjust, please. Just readjust. Here.
Voila, trying to fight referee Mordia, who's having none of it. Feed to the line out comes.
It's contest. Option.
I was worried that if the Barbarians were going to look to get some sort
Scrabble
of
line out.
ascendancy, that the Springbok women were going to start just doubting their
Scrabble
own
line out.
skills and also just doubting their own structures.
Line out.
Dalogala goes in, just not straight at all, so on the outside shoulder of Vino BC, that's where the final point of contact was. Had a scrum option, opted to go for the line out, the Barbarians women.
Kitlinski feeds, Ubisi disrupts and taps it back onto the side of the Springbok women. Hele, hard to bring down at the best of times, shedding defenders galore. Aseza Hele. Up to the 10-meter line of the opposition, nobody in the backfield for the Springbok, for the Barbarian women rather. And Birandre Dorf driven back in the tackle. Still on the side of the Springbok women, and Kinsey misses the targets. It's all gone a bit haywire for the Springbok women, who started off really sticking to their structures earlier on in this match. Kinsey. Plays it away to Lacha. Stays on her feet long enough. But support can get there, but there's a knock-on. Little mistakes entering the game for the Springbok women. Can the Barbarians capitalize?
Yeah, just a few cracks in the structure. You can just see Taylor Kinsey pushing Babalo Lacha out. So just a bit of communication errors and efforts in what they're trying to achieve. We've got to remember,
You okay?
new management, there'll be new calls, new players coming in, so maybe just a bit of miscommunication around what that new call
White,
or the
please.
old call might have been. A side that really does
Let's go.
enjoy playing with structure, that
Let's go,
really
time's
does
up.
enjoy knowing what the next phase is, knowing where they need to play
Please
and
square.
how they need to play out of that
Square.
own half. Or out of their own half, but also in certain moments of the game. So that might be the discussion between Taylor Kinsey, Eloise Webb, as well as Nadine Rus.
Crouch! Bind! Sit!
Scrum time has been tough time for the
How's that?
Barbarians women, and Coxage gets it away as quickly as possible.
Backwards!
Dean Ross there to field the kick from Coxage, and she is rapid, getting away from the first few defenders. She passes it to the next fastest woman on the field. Malinga's on the outside, gets past the first. Now there's danger. Malinga has support through Dolph. Taken to ground. And the challenge on the ground as well. The Springbok women retain. Good strong run as well. That would BC. Kinsey to Cindy Boy, straightening the line. They have made meters in the blink of an eye. The Springbok woman, Heller feeds it back inside. Barbarian woman over the ball. Turnover.
Well, it looks like Amber Reid getting involved at breakdown time, getting over, stealing that ball from Taylor Kinsey. It was a loose ball on the ground, so Kinsey had to try and clean up. Unfortunately, just finding herself isolated because of the helter-skelterness. There wasn't enough sealers.
Please, can you speak to the players? They're coming in there and they're going straight off their feet. Please speak to them.
Meters are plenty. That one pass to Ayanda Malinga gets
He's
on the
maintained the
outside
gap.
again of Cheta Emba. Had the pass on the inside. There was a 2-on-1. Opted to go for herself, and then turnover happened.
Not the straightest throw from the Barbarian woman's Kitlinski. The Springbok women have stolen it back all the same. Roos getting on the outside. Roos, a dangerous runner. Great tackle that from McMenamin. The captain's effort. Kinsey to BC, who has been busy. It has been ripped from her clutches in the midst of the tackle. Looked like Ceres Hale. And Coxage there to clear as ever she is. Hepper with the pass to the outside, and what a run from Lydia Thompson. Lydia Thompson will not be stopped. She's in on the double, and the Barbarians strike again.
Well, there's a reason she was the MasterCard Women's Team of the Decade in 2020. Not every single person can beat Nadine Rus on the outside, but Lydia Thompson backing her pace. Very, very flat on the attack from the Barbarians women. Got the turnover from Vino BC in contact, far too upright in contact, and it was all about finding the speedster on the outside. And because Lydia Thompson has the pace to get on the outside of Nadine Rus, it's a brilliant result for the Barbarians women. They know how to make something out of nothing.
Amber Reid. Oh, a clean strike, but striking clean against the upright. Another failed conversion, and it's 19 points to 10 that the Springbok women lead.
Time off.
Winton,
Yeah, no worries.
Lydia Thompson, really strong running, backs her pace, keeps the ball on the outside, hands it for the fend in case Nadine Rus was able to make that
Yes, please.
hit and that tackle on her. But then, backing her pace and getting there. Springbok women have lost a bit of the momentum that they built within the first 10-15 minutes of the game, and unfortunately just have to try and regroup. That's why they were behind the post so long. They're just having a conversation with each other, just saying, let's just go back to what we know and then try and play from there. Don't need to try and rush or force passes. They are leading on the scoreboard.
Well, one thing's for
They're
sure,
gonna
we've
tell
got
me. Yeah.
two seriously quick number 11s on the field here today. A pleasure to watch them both. Lydia Thompson has
3
struck
minutes
twice
left.
already.
Yellow card.
Trying to eat up the time on that yellow card clock as well, of course, the Springbok women. waiting for the return of Jackie Salir. Nadine Roos going shorter with the restart this time. The knock-on coming from the captain of the Barbarians, McMenamin. Kinsey raise up the options. Sends it left this time for Bachulwa on the run. One of many Springbok Sevens representatives in this 15 side returning after the heroics of the Paris Olympics. Babawa Lacha into our opposite number. Good contact between her and Sarah Sale. Roos sends a short one to her there.
No advantage.
BC can't hold on.
Says Hele.
Yes, please.
Just looking for Vino BC. She is blitz quick in open play as Vino BC. They put her, you can play her open flank or blindside flank as well.
Just change your jersey for me, please.
So just really...
Your jersey.
I think it's...
If you want to go off to do it. Okay, sure. Yeah.
It looks like Rachel Burford, who needs to just change
they went
her
to a straight line from
shirt
here,
because of
so that's why I came
bloodstained
back.
shirt.
Good job on her. No, it
They're
depends.
trying to set up the phases. They're looking to go through the phases. The Springbok women, perhaps just impatient in that contact of Cesar Hele, would have backed herself to just tuck the ball and keep going, stay on your feet, wait for the support to come around the outside.
I was happy with the previous one, but yeah, just before this one, this is more space.
The advantage and where the knock-on advantage came from was straight off the kick-off onto Charmaine McMenamin. She's a Rugby World Cup winner as McMenamin, so she understands how to play
let's
at
get some
international test
Let's
levels.
get some space here so you guys can both get a good bind. Okay.
Green goals all over as the stadium continues to fill up.
Who would have said that Cape Town has 50-50 All Blacks Springbok supporters?
Bind!
We'll see when it kicks off.
Sit! Stay up! Stay up!
Beautiful day of rugby. Two big matches coming your way, and it starts off right here. The scrum of the Springbok women is utterly dominant. No penalty advantage coming that time around, and the pass goes to Pawe. Roos. In the thick of it, making meters all the same. Oh, wonderful pass from Kinsey, disguised it well, and Hele always got to watch out for her. Marston Mulhern making a double tackle. Irandre Dolph gets it away to Lacha. Oh, in over the ball quickly. Washington could not affect the turnover, and Gwala can't hold on to the ball.
Under pressure.
Just when they look like they're starting to get things going, perhaps just overrunning, trying to overplay the ball ever so slightly in dangerous areas of the field. Pila Solonsi goes in, Taylor Kinsey
You can't go up.
wasn't there to play nine, so any player that's there trying to get quick ball going, trying to get on the outside of the Barbarian women, unfortunately this time.
I've just put it.
Unable to keep ball in hand. I don't think the Springbok women would mind going to a scrum. They would, they would feel that this is almost an attacking scrum rather than a defensive scrum.
We're a blood sub. You can go off and you can come back on. Okay.
Joey Nordia was offering the opportunity to leave the field for a
Time on blood is fine.
Just make them different for the Barbarians women, don't they?
Let's go.
Saying she's happy to play on. Yakisalia also making her way back onto the park, so it's 15 versus 15 again. Lead a couple tries did the Springbok women during, just lead the one try.
It was a yellow. I took the wrong card out, sorry. It was a yellow. I did discuss it with you. Yeah, I did. Crouch! Bind! Okay, that's from you on this side. Please also hold your weight and hold your weight on this side. I need stability from both teams, please. We can't work the whole half, not have a good scrum. Let's go.
Not mincing her words at all. Also played with some of the players she's having a chat with. Zoe Nodia, she'll have a good understanding of how this goes. She was quite the formidable team, if I'm not mistaken.
Crouch! Bind! Sit!
Continue to do wonderful things in the game now as Zoe Modua, now that she's not playing it, outside of refereeing as well. The Barbarians women starting from their own try line. They'll run it from here. The kick through is for Cheta Emba to chase. Too much angle on it. Springbok women's line out.
Too much angle from her, but also understanding that maybe if you don't have a strong enough exit boot to just put the grub on, make it a 50-50 ball. Cheta Emba has got the pace to get there. She's a seventh player, or was a seventh player, so she does understand how to back her pace when need be. Another opportunity for the Springbok women to have possession in hand. They've got 60% of the possession, the Springbok women.
Here's the middle, open up.
India Wakwala feeds, and charging forward is Solonsi. Solonsi beats the tackle inside the Barbarians 22 yet again. Here's Ubisi holding on to it in the tackle this time. Brought down by Cooney. Kinsey, oh, plays it away. Big hit on Nolasindi Soboy, captain of the Springbok women. Kinsey off to power. In the red zone once more. Can the woman in green and gold make it pay off? Eloise Webb off to Dolph. Pops one over the top to Celia.
No, it's you running into me.
Who has returned from a yellow card.
Your feet! Thank you.
Kinsey for Lacha. Arriving at the perfect time to make those hard yards. Kinsey, Dolph, Hele. Unstoppable power from the big number 8 of the Springbok women. They extend their lead.
She was a Springbok Women's Player of the Year for a reason, Aseza Hele. She's got many trailers, highlights of that run on the short line at pace. And from that close to the try line, there's one person you're not going to stop, is Aseza Hele. Brilliant, brilliant build-up, patient build-up from the Springbok women. Had to make it count. They looked like they were losing momentum, and Aseza Hele getting them on the right side of the scoreboard again.
Yaki Celia. No problems with that one. Another 2 points on the board for the women of South Africa.
Team that works with momentum, and when they've got momentum on their side, they are looking extra dangerous. Sending it through the hands, looking for the offload, creating those dummy lines and making the defense guess. But the woman they don't have to guess about is Blomi Aseza Hele.
Less than 3 minutes to play in the first half, and it has been entertaining indeed. Running rugby galore, as is always promised from a Barbarians game. But the Springbok women perhaps leading the charge in that front. Reed trying for a contestable restart. It's far short of the 10-meter line. And that's going to lead to another scrum.
Yes, scrum.
Scrum on the halfway line, which allows the Springbok women to split their centres. They've got two options to play with the middle scrum. Look to try and bring Nadine Roos into the game. Amber Reed, the marshal, the pivot for the Barbarian women. She's won the 2014 Women's Rugby World Cup with England. Also, eight-time Six Nations winner, Amber Reed. She understands winning, but I mean, picture perfect in Cape Town.
Sit!
After a long winter, wonderful to see the spring conditions kicking in. Another dominant scrum from the Springbok women. Will they get a penalty advantage off this? They won't. Kinsey plays it away to Dolph. Kawe beats a couple. Kawe beats another. She's running free. Kawe reeled in by Reed. Kinsey plays it blind. The try's on. It's on for sure. Sinazo Tachua in for the Springbok women.
Oh, they're starting to make history, the Springbok women. Could this be the first time that they beat the Barbarians women? Kumi Sakawe, the hardest runner in the Springbok women's side in that midfield. That's what you want from your 12. And then it was all about getting on the outside. Snara Mtachua beating Cheta Emba, getting over for the try for the Springbok women. Getting on the outside, look at that, brilliant work on the drift line. Cheta Emba's been beaten a couple times today, that time by a forward.
Ten seconds.
Yaki Salir with that immaculate form. Slides another one home, another 2 points for the green and gold. 23 points between the sides.
Tumi Sakawe adding a couple meters to her pod numbers for today. Keeping that momentum going, and that was all about quick ball. Was there, ever ready. Snazum Tachua, such a hard worker to get involved and stay involved in the action, and now adds her name to the score sheet.
Reed going longer with the restart this time, after it fell just a touch short the last time around. Malinga has seen enough of the first half, and the South African women have seen plenty in these first 40 minutes, racking up 33 points and leaving 23 points between the teams at halftime. And bear in mind, they have never beaten the Barbarians women in 2 times of asking. Building up to that WXV2 tournament coming later this month, they are looking sharpish under their new management. And as we head into the halftime break, it is the Springbok women that lead by 33 points to 10 over the Barbarians women.
Sing us a little Reba song.
Oh, Reba.
Sing your favorite.
I'm a woman. No, I'm a strong black woman. Yeah, because she's not black.
What you gonna do? What you gonna...
That ain't no Reba song.
It's from her mixtape.
Sets the stage for another thrilling showdown at an iconic Italian circuit.
Revs up and lights out. Very, very aggressive. Incredible drama. Wow. Absolutely superb. Side by side. Oh, wow.
27 electrifying laps to determine who will be dubbed the Master of Misano in round 13 of the MotoGP World Championship. Live on your World of Champions. Only on DSTV. Proudly delivered by Checkers 6060.
Saturday, September 7th, top 10 UFC welterweights clash in Las Vegas. Fan favorite Gilbert Burns digs his heels in against 16-1 Sean Brady.
Gets the job done in style.
Plus, former champion Jessica Andrade returns to flyweight in a bid to end the 11-fight win streak of Natalia Silva. Plus, a full card of action.
Crowd on its feet here in the Apex.
You do not want to miss UFC Fight Night. Gilbert Burns versus Sean Brady on the 7th of September. Live on Supersport, your World of Champions. Proudly brought to you by World Sports Betting. Bet with the best.
"40 minutes remain in this glorious stadium in Cape Town, where the Springbok women lead the Barbarian women by 33 points to 10, having scored 5 tries already. It's been entertaining stuff, hasn't it been so far?
Oh, Paul, it's been entertaining indeed. They've kept us on the edge of our seats, but look at that. They are ready for what is to come. The Springboks taking on the All Blacks for the Rugby Championship Trophy and the Freedom Cup. All in one. You could get two prizes in one, but this is what we do. We start making the Springbok women. We start building and breeding them from about 5 years old, and that's what we want to see. We want to see the fans come out. We want to see them support the women, and the women are putting a show on for them today.
It's been a long, long time since the Springbok men ever touched that Freedom Cup, about 10 years in fact. And we've got some superstars in the crowd. Warwick Galant here to take it all in. Of course, the Stormers season is coming up in the URC. Looks like Labib Levy there as well. Some of the big names of Western Province and Stormers Rugby. And And they'll be looking forward to an outstanding match later on today. But taking on the Springbok women first and taking it in, of course, Western Province women's rugby is very strong. A number of representatives in this Springbok women's team.
Yeah, Springbok women pretty much divided between the Blue Bulls Daisies, the Bulls Daisies as well as the Western Province women. But they really do have a good understanding of each other. They've really built a relationship in that side, wanting to play for each other and wanting to play an entertaining brand of rugby. We spoke about it, the change in management, so trying to find your identity, trying to find the way that you would want to play the rugby, also in that build-up for WXV2 at the end of the year. And they've really set a marker for the way that they want to play within the first 40 minutes of this game. The question is going to be about intensity and being able to maintain what they've built in the first 40 minutes for the next 40.
Of course, building towards WXV2, but building towards an even bigger prize, which is coming next year, the Women's Rugby World Cup in England. How do you think the Springbok women are looking so far?
Oh, this is what you call your building phase. I think it's only going to get that much better. This is the platform that they're going to be looking to launch from. That is what they're going to try and get over the line and try and execute for the year coming. But, I mean, this is a moment, it is an occasion. They've never played at the DHL Stadium. So for them to be able to do this and be here in this moment, that is what it's all about.
Let's see what changes the two sides have made at halftime. Coaching the Barbarians women today, former Black Fern herself, Linda Itunu. She would have had to read the riot act there to the Barbarians women. Can they find some parity at the set piece, especially the scrum? Been very lucky not to have more penalties against them. Ball in hand, it's Amber Reid, and she gets us back underway. The ball allowed to bounce. The Springbok women managed to claim possession all the same. Kinsey for Gwala. Low body position from Gwala, brought down by Charmaine McMenamin. Kinsey sends another one over the top. She has been kicking those box kicks very effectively. This one into touch.
That's the experience that Taylor Kinsey does bring to the side. She's the most capped Springbok women scrum off, so she has a good understanding. She came into the system in 2013, making history all on her own. It was her birthday this week too, Taylor Kinsey. Turned 32 years young.
Young to me.
Yes! Old to me.
Another great contest at line-out time. Veno BC along with Kira Cooney. And the Barbarians women have the chance to attack early in the second half, very much losing the territorial and possession battle in the first half. Coxage gets it away. Not many options available for Rachel Burford, the 84 cap England international, playing her final match today. Kohepa gives it a try. Penalty to the home team.
And I was just about to say, when they looked like they were putting something together, Kolo Hepa, we've not said her name. That's how little ball that they've seen in the back line, but that's why she's a 7 specialist. Nadine Roos getting over that ball, latching really early, strong over that ball. Granting possession back to the Springbok women. Kolo Hepa,
this is the middle,
going
right?
in, opposite number, Eloise Webb making that tackle, making that hit, finding herself isolated and strong wide base, but very strong over the ball. Nadine Roos.
Not by a long shot was that straight.
Not straight.
Second one for Lindelo Gwala, unfortunately, just not finding Vino BC on that inside shoulder.
Option? Line out.
It's the second time that they've had the option, the Barbarians women, for scrum or line out, opting to go for a line out instead. Last time Vino BC stole it, she'd be hoping to get one back again.
Cooney at the 2-ball, disrupted, unable to hold on. A knock-on comes, and we will have a scrum in the end.
Try to avoid the scrums, the Barbarians women. They've had tough time at scrum time against the Springbok women. Sizopila Solonsi, unfortunately, just not able to get hands on ball. Went for the front ball, went in front, tried to keep it simple. Snazon Mtachua doing just enough to get a bit of a hand in there, and unfortunately just losing the ball on the ground.
Crouch! Bind!
More scrum pressure from the Springbok women, but the Barbarian woman able to manage it that time and to get it out to their back line. A set play goes out wide to Emba. Emba beats a couple of defenders. Emba trying to get away so she can stretch the legs. Fired back inside impressively to Scott. Scott chips one over the top. Kinsey getting back along with Rose. She can't quite handle. The Barbarian woman pounce again. The handoff, the offload. Malloy is in. What a beautiful try. Oh no, they're getting called back for the knock-on. And a forward pass from the Barbarians. It did look like it drifted away.
Oh, they had to come from deep, the Barbarians women, but that is exactly how dangerous they are. When they can get ball in hand, they're able to get a couple meters and buy a couple meters back from the Springbok women.
Time off.
Fortunately, just not able to get ball in hand. Oftentimes you rather just want to dive on that ball, kill the ball completely, wait for your sealers to come in, than try and chase after the ball and try and collect it. Unfortunately, just giving away the knock on there. Nadine Roos, she'll be frustrated with herself.
Your ball. It's theirs. It's their ball. Crouch! Bind! Sit!
Barbarians leaving no woman on the blind side.
Step.
Quickly cleared by Coxage and grub it through by Reed. There's space to work with. Birhandre Dolph just getting a foot involved.
Listen up here.
The knock-on came from the Barbarians. What a chance for Rachel Burford.
Listen up.
Oh, that's so good. Great understanding of space and realizing to just put boot to ball and put pressure on a loose ball. Clem Malloy, I think would have thought that she was in. Amber Reed looking to just put that boot to ball. Goes in. Rachel Burford on the chase. Birhandre Dolph almost taking out Burford there with the boot to ball. Suddenly see with Charlie and Taylor Kinsey making their way off the park. Unela Ngingolo as well as Felicia Jacobs on the park. Fresh legs for the Springbok women. What can they bring in this 5-meter scrum?
Crouch! Bind! Sit!
First scrum for Klingolo. On a loose head prop position. Hele breaking from the back. She is dangerous. Oh, just a half gap for Jacobs with her first touch.
She's quick and nippy. Felicia Jacobs, I says that Hele would know that they had a chance and it was on if she had ball in hand. She's very quick if she can get up the park. Almost reminds me a bit of a Grant Williams when she gets ball in hand. Very, very quick. Always looking for space around the edges.
Okay.
Unfortunately, just not able to keep ball in hand there. So another scrum time. Just moved the scrum about 12 meters from where it was.
Sorry, you're talking about the knock-on here. 100%, 100%.
Making her way back into the 15 setup.
Crouch!
Came out of the 7 setup too.
Bind! Sit!
Coxage feeds the scrum. Safely away from the Barbarian woman. Reed sends it, but it's been mishandled. And now they'll have to start from zero, the Barbarian woman. Plenty to do. Emily Scott, very impressive. Coxage sends it open side, delays the pass to her captain, McMenamin. Upright in the tackle, she gets the ball free, sends it to Coxage, the most capped Black Fern of all time. The tap over the top is typical Barbarian stuff, entertainment galore. Cheta Emba on the outside. Coxage dummies with the snipe. And McMenamin makes more meters, hard meters. Another Black Fern, McMenamin, with 31 caps to her name. Reed gets it away. And now as Hohepa weighing up her options, she sends one over the top to the danger woman, Thompson. Already 2 tries to her name. So the Barbarian woman spending some time in the red zone for once in this match, and Reed with a short offload for Ceres Hale. Oh, brought down in a big way. Washington, the offload off the ground to Coxage. After this match, she's done with rugby, but she's not done yet. And try for the number 9.
Oh, she said in the week that for her it's going to be like riding a bike and trying to get back into it. She's a Rugby World Cup winner, most capped Black Ferns winner, World Rugby International Player of the Year, but it was all about the offloads galore. It was those one-on-one tackles that had to be made, and unfortunately Behandre Dorf just not getting around the quick enough. The offload from the ground, picture perfect for Kendra Coxage. She's one of few that's gotten 100 caps for Club Canterbury, New Zealand.
20 seconds. Ten.
Amber Reed. 2 more points on the board for the Barbarian women, looking to make their way back into this contest.
Half-time break. The offload off the ground, absolutely picture perfect. Kendra Coxage has done that many times before.
Back on the center spot, Nadine Roos ready for the restart. Hangs one high. McMenamin takes it in and deals with Yaki Salir's effort at the tackle. Impressive match for the Barbarian women's captain in the number 6 jersey. Hasn't seen much ball as the big Marston Mulhern. But now getting it to the outside and finding some space. Hohepa making sure she got a pass away to Scott. In fact, on the run, it's Malloy now. Looking far more organized in the second half. And seeing plenty of possession. Big hit from the Springbok women. Coxage gets it away. Reed to Washington. Another double hit from the Springbok women. They are hunting in packs. And now breaking the tackle, getting her hands free. Marston Mulhern. Howitt does not miss her target.
Backwards.
Backwards is the call, and Washington moves it forward. Coxage getting disrupted at the base of the rack, slowing things down and getting it away to Kira Cooney. Coxage to Marston Mulhern. The Springbok women shooting out of that defensive line to make their hits. Clear release and the offload from Marston Mulhern. Rachel Land on the field in the 22 jersey, the England international with 2 caps to her name. Big work at the rack time from both sides, with the commitment and the aggression and defense from the Springbok women very evident, but the organization from the Barbarian women in attack becoming more evident with each passing minute.
Amy, please check the tackle from 11.
Looks like Celia Kwanzaa also onto the field for the Barbarian women, and Coxage directing traffic without even being at the base of the rack. Buggy. Coxage calls for it, a blind side to work with, but not much space. The pop over the top. Kwanzaa met by Malinga. Phase after phase here for the Barbarian woman.
Play it.
Going to Erdley, the Springbok woman there. Kitlinski on the carry that time. Now Coxage eventually turns to the boot, and what a kick it is, hugging that touchline and winning territory.
Oh, Kendra Coxage just doing what Kendra Coxage does. Brilliant understanding and brilliant spot of space, realizing Behandre Dorf was not there for that cover tackle, would not have been made in time. Sure. Just buying back a couple meters for her side. A couple of bodies all over the place.
And a person
It is a 1 o'clock match at DHL Stadium in the scorching sun. High intensity it's been for the first 52 minutes of this match. Unfortunately, it just looks like an ankle.
Time off.
Not happy.
TMO check.
Could be Rachel Burford.
Clean out.
Okay. Coming to the screen now.
Looks like they might just be checking a tackle from Ayanda Malenga.
So we're checking a dangerous clean. Okay. Okay, sure. Checking dangerous clean out.
It might actually just look like a dangerous clean out. Zoe Nodia being made aware of something. That's Sizopila Solonsi on Sarah's
She
head.
makes possible contact to the head neck area. Can't see from this angle though.
She goes down.
Okay.
It just looks like Sarah's Hale's neck was dipped. Sizopila Solonsi going in, trying to make that clear. Not a clear
guys see a
chest
clear
shown. It's not a clear point of
See
target
the arms
for
coming around.
Sizopila Solonsi
Can't
to
see
clear.
if she makes contact with which part of the body. Amy, can you just confirm
Amy
which part of the
Barrett-Tron
body she
just
knocks
taking her
first? 'Cause
time.
from our angle, we can't see.
We're just working with the director to get a few more angles.
Thank you so
Just
much.
looking for a couple more.
From that replay, we do have head contact.
Okay.
Just looking for a couple more
we do
angles.
have head
This is
contact.
probably the one that's going to help us the most, trying to see where
I
that
do
point of
see a
contact
wrap
is.
from the arms. Yeah, from the left arm, I can't see if the other one. Okay. So Amy, we do have head contact. Player has tried to make a wrap with the clean out, so I'm on yellow card. Do you have any other facts to give me?
Just hold on there, Zoe. We're just clearing one more angle.
Okay, thank you.
So Zona Deer's got her facts down, but Amy Barrett-Tron has
Yeah.
want to have one more look.
This number 6
Just
screen.
looking to see if there was a wrap, trying to get a wrap around Sarah's Hale.
Still on head contact. Do you see the wrap? She's not coming at high speed. One step back and then she goes forward. Amy, the facts that I'm seeing from the camera angles is I'm on a yellow card. But if you have any other angles on your side, can you please explain it to me?
They're just trying to look for a wrap. They said it's on. Said there is head contact. Looking for the wrap.
Number 6 screen, eh?
I would rather have a TMO take their time and get
Okay,
it right.
so there is direct head contact there.
Okay.
The issue is that player is late to the contact there.
Okay.
So it is foul play, and I'm happy with your decision of yellow card.
Okay, thank you so much. Number 6.
Another lucky
And captain?
escape.
Okay. So as you can see, number 6 is late to the breakdown. She makes direct head contact, so there is foul play. She does make a clear wrap, so I'm on yellow card. Amy, will you just give me the mark, please?
Yellow
Sure, we can
card
get that for
for
you.
Sizopila Solonsi.
We're going back here.
Very lucky. Second yellow card for the Springbok women. So a couple things that they're going to be looking at. Discipline definitely being one of them. Very aggressive player,
Am I close
Sizopila
by?
Solonsi. She does try and get into the face of the contact and of the attacking
I don't
and the
have that.
defending players.
Oh, on the middle of the field. Okay. Thank you, guys. Sorry, it's over here. Sorry, I'll explain to you now. Contact to the head. Dangerous clean out.
Well, we'll get going again with a penalty to the Barbarians, and for the first time in this match, they have called for the scrum.
Number 6.
Perhaps they're feeling they're getting a little bit of ascendancy. Some of the new players on the park.
6, you understand the decision there? There was head contact.
Gama's made
Let's
her
make a
way.
clear wrap. So it's just yellow. Yes, yellow.
For Cooney. And Laws come on for Reed too, so some fresh legs in the park for the Barbarians women.
Bind! Sit!
Coxage feeds the scrum right in the middle of the DHL Stadium field. And Reed plays it blind. Great tackle that on Hohepa. Desperate offloads.
Backwards.
Fantastic defense from the Springbok women. It's a line out to the home team.
So now the thing is, you're going to have to try and look for that energy. You've got to try and find moments and pockets of energy to feed from, to be able to play
Springboks numbers, please.
a well-structured game that
Green
you would have
numbers.
wanted to. They've had to do all the defending, the Springbok women. So get into the game, get those gears going again, get ball in hand and try and attack from.
Gwala feeds, stolen away by the Barbarian women. It's all about them here in the second half. Nengama with a great steal, fresh onto the field. Coxage gets it away. Standing at fly-off now, it is Emily Scott indeed. And into the play, Law. Hele pouncing on the bouncing ball. The Springbok women secure possession. They haven't seen much of here in the second half. With 14 against 15, they move forward through their captain, Cindy Boy. Webb gets it away to Roos. Solid line from Ubisi, who's had such an impressive game. Jacobs looking for a fly off, but it's untidy. And a big hit on Kawe.
Stay, back.
Jacobs away to Ubisi. Need a couple of players to apply some straight lines to their running to start moving forward again. Get that quick ball rolling. Gwala. With a leg drive. With a sharp offload from Nadine Roos, who's there in the 10 jersey again. Hela's got some support to the outside. Big strong run, as always, from the number 8 into the opposition 22. Roos plays it away. Oh, it's corkscrewing out of the tackles. Tachulwa in over the ball. The Barbarian woman, but not there quick enough. Jacobs looking for options. Roos is there in attendance. Tachulwa again on the charge. Jacobs, look how quickly she clears the ball. Ubisi isolated.
Release.
Has possession stolen away from her. But now over the ball is Kawe.
Yeah, we said they've got to look for pockets of energy. The Springbok women starting to find those.
Tap and go from Nadine Roos. That's a confidence from the Springbok woman there. Mkiva carries into contact. Jacobs sends it away to Klingolo. Jacobs plays it blind for Solonsi.
Not on the ball.
Away again. Here's Tachulwa. Jacobs, quick ball galore. Here's Nadine Roos. She's dangerous. Brought down in a crucial tackle. And an offside play, perhaps, from Scott. But not called, so she could have played on.
Yeah. It's not every time that you realize your own mistake and kind of just let the ball roll. Nadine Roos, she's not a player that you can keep away from the try line for very long, so she's going to be looking, trying to probe, trying to search, wanting to play quickly, trying to get her side front foot ball.
Bolela, who touched the ball last? It was White. Springbok, your ball.
I think there was a bit of confusion on whose ball it was. We realized that the Barbarians women did touch ball last. So 5 meter line up for the Springbok women. Opportunity for them to strike again. We've seen a rolling maul that knows how to set well and set properly and set good.
Gwala feeds. She hits Nolosindi Soboy, the captain of the Springbok women, and they do set that rolling maul again, and they are finding progress. The Barbarian women defending well for the time being, but not as a unit. They may just find a way forward here. The Springbok women staying true to the task as Gwala is tucked in some green and gold jerseys there. Desperation on the line, stops the rolling maul, but a penalty was waiting for the home team.
That goes against the captain, Charmaine McMenamin. Sacking that rolling maul
Number 6,
illegally.
that was you again. That was you again from the last one over there.
The question might come, when does Zona Deer give a team a general warning around penalty time at maul time?
Tap and go again from the Springbok woman. Yaki Salir on duty this time. Still 14 against 15. Malinga is in acres of space out wide to the left. Jacobs. Roos. She's sending it that way. Kawe with the skip pass to the danger woman Malinga. Malinga is going to try it on the outside again. Great defense from Cheta Emba. sharp to the danger this time around and holding her up off the ground. How about that from the Barbarians? Ember rips it free. Well, this is an extremely well-fought second half as the Barbarian women have found answers to the troubles they had in the first half at line-out and scrum time and have made it an even contest. And in spite of being one woman down, the Springbok women are living in the red zone right now. Coxage gets it away. Looking for an expansive break now, the Barbarian woman, if they can get past the tackle of Yaki Salir, they may have been away, but what a tackle it was on Rachel Land. Oh yeah, how about that for a turnover?
Hold on.
Oh, Cesar Hele.
Back 10.
Oh, she is so strong and blitz over a ball that finds itself just lying there, but a brilliant tackle being made by Yaki Salir. She'd gone back to cover defend, thinking that Kendra Coxage was going to kick it downfield, had to come back onto her wing and make that cover. Cesar Hele coming in like a flyer. Look at that cover tackle, gets low, makes the hit on Rachel Land, and then shows clear hands, shows the release. And Cesar Hele too strong when she's in the green and gold.
Gwala feeds the line out to Vano BC. More called and Gwala breaks early. In fact, she tries to stay connected now. And Coxage sees that she's exposed, gets hands on the ball, and may just secure it here.
Oh, Lindelo Gwala, impatient. Kendra Coxage, that's why she's the most capped black fern of all time. She's got such a good understanding of the game of rugby. Her rugby IQ
Number
is
2,
above
number 4.
all else.
Number 2 and number 4.
Wraps the ball, kills the ball dead from Lindelo Gwala. And now some more subs being made.
Ceres Hale leaving the field, and of course, in many occasions here in this Barbarians women team, when the woman is leaving the field, it's not just for today, it's for good. And Ceres Hale calls it a day on her rugby career. 3 World Cups to her name already. She's attended.
Crouch.
49 cap Welsh woman.
Bind. Sit.
Coxage feeds the scrum, having to attack from very deep time after time. The Barbarian woman, which of course is a dangerous ploy. There's never been much space for Hohepa in this game, with Kawe hunting in the centers for the Springbok women. Washington has never stopped working in that 4 jersey. Coxage eventually turning to the boot. Burford awkwardly sends it over the South African defense.
And that's just because of the defense line of the Springbok women really getting into the faces of Barbarians women, trying to kill them off time, also trying to kill those spaces they create for those offloads on the inside, those short passes that they look to try and get away. So doing really well.
Okay.
First throw in for Mika Gunter.
Time off. Play it on.
Just looks
That's
like
the previous one,
Cesar Hele.
Yeah.
That's gone down.
Okay. Yeah, I thought so. Okay.
Looks like it's a hammy. It's never good to see ice go on a hammy.
Cesar Hele, oh, what a player she is. Just shines on the field. Such a powerful runner.
Okay. Yeah, sorry.
So the green and gold jerseys won't stop after this match. We've got a big one coming up later with the kickoff at 5 p.m.
Okay.
It's perhaps the biggest game in world rugby. It's the Springboks taking on the All Blacks. The match that captures the attention of the entire globe that loves this game, and especially so this country, where we pack out the stadiums north, south, east and west when the All Blacks come to town.
Time on.
Hele rises from the deck. She's ready to get stuck in again. Mika Gunter to feed the line out. The Barbarian woman ready to contest. This time too early was Sarah Nangama. And successful for the Springbok woman as Jacobs gets it away to Roos in the midfield. Kawe beats the first tackle. Emily Scott coming in to clean up. Time ticking away on that yellow card, and the Springbok women have dominated possession in the time that they've had their number 6 Solonsi off the field. Roos sends it away to the very effective Danelle Lochner, who plays for the Harlequins. Stolen away by the Barbarian woman. Can they get this ball downfield? Nobody in the backfield right now for the Springbok women. Dolph retreating. She gets her hands on it, and Dolph has support now in the form of Roos. Well, it's Roos now in possession. The offload coming from Eloise Webb, in fact.
It's a roll.
Hadn't been the free-flowing drama of the first half, but the Barbarian woman will be happy to have brought the match under control. Celia Kwanzaa giving away the penalty. Just one of the strong English contingent in this Barbarian women's side. In this iteration of it, of course, there's always a different set of personnel in this wonderful initiative of Barbarians rugby. Oh, here she comes. Amber with some space to run into, showing just how dangerous she can be. Coxage, desperate to move into the half of the Springbok women. Surely they've been playing too much rugby in their own territory, but happy to just keep ball in hand and wait for those gaps to appear. Scott sends it wide to the outside for Rachel Lund. All the Springbok women's cross cover getting there in time, and time has run out on that yellow card at the next stoppage of play. We'll see the return of Sizopila Solonsi. Oh, Coxage fancifying, but not quite hitting the target. We'll give her license to do that. She has won 3 World Cups. Coxage away to Scott. The Springbok women's defense just seems to be spread all over the field and have so much initiative, hunting the turnover on the ground there. Oh yeah, Coxage with a dreamy offload to the inside. Kawa's in over the ball again. Cannot affect the turnover. Washington gets it away this time. This has got to be lung-busting stuff for both sides on defense and attack as Kitlinski carries forward. Washington stopped in her tracks by the tackle of Ingolo. Coxage sends it blind. Hohepa tries to work it there and just unable to hold on. Rachel Land struggling for ideas to break down this Springbok women's defense.
The defensive set from the Springbok women in those last 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes, has been brilliant. They've individually made their hits. They've almost forced the Barbarians women to overplay in their own half, looking for options, looking for something different, and just not being able to penetrate the defense of the Springbok women. They'll really take a lot of momentum, a lot of energy from that defensive set. You said it's lung-busting. That's why we see a couple of players down. Tumisa Kawe almost just looking like she's getting a stretch out on her hamstring. DHL Stadium is also a bit of a thicker field, a heavier field, as said by most players. But they've had to make their hits, and they've had to make it well. She's been playing a really good game today, Tumisa Kawe. I think the Barbarian women are going to be looking for a couple more answers.
People of Cape Town and of course the whole of South Africa are arriving for the big match on right now and the big match coming later. Barbarian women take possession, and it's their big number 8 looking to carry it forward. She has been marked almost out of the game today. Roe Marston Mulhern. Washington in the midfield, flat pass, that one finds Kwanzaa. And on the outside, a bit of disorganization. Cutting back in is Lund, as she's been forced to on a number of occasions. Penalty South Africa.
That's the defensive efforts really coming through for the Springbok women. Getting the steal, making their hits, disrupting the play of the Barbarians women, really getting into their heads now. They've got to push for the last 15 minutes of this game.
You want to scrum?
Conversation on what would happen, and I mean, isn't that the South African way? You get a penalty and you call for a scrum.
And the Springbok women scrumming at a very high level now. They've been working on this for years, growing year by year to become a competitive international side, to attend regular World Cups. And that's the kind of thing that builds consistency. Look at the consistency of that penalty punch.
Crouch! Bind! Sit!
16 points between the teams, and the Springbok women with ball in hand just outside of the opposition's 22. Jacob sets it free for Nadine Roos, who hits Webb. Webb is looking for Kawe, but Webb almost broke through herself. Jacob so sharp to get to the ball. Roos sends it wide to Malinga. Now Malinga's going to ask the question, as she always does. Cheta Emba is having a big game in that 14 jersey. marking perhaps the most dangerous woman on the field for the Springbok women. Contest that between Nadine Roos, the number 10, and Malinga in the 11. Strong run from Danelle Lochner. Great offload into the half gap for Klingolo.
Oh, they'd be searching for that. They've been in there, they've been penetrating, they're trying to pierce, they've been trying to get going, trying to get points on the board. They'll be so disappointed with the amount of entries they made and not being able to get points. Getting them front foot ball is Danelle Lochner, getting on the front side. And I mean, the 1-2 of the Bulls daisies finding each other. Mika Gunther to Yunela Ngqingolo. Very strong, very hard player.
Yaki Salir with another effort at posts, raises the flags once more.
Tiamo will always
the understanding of this team in the right areas on the field. They were looking to execute. The execution's not been great, but look at this, the soft hands from Gunther to Ngqingolo. Running off the ball, look at that celebration, smiles all around for Yunela Ngqingolo. 1-2 of the Bulls daisies finding each other. Mika Gunther to Yunela Ngqingolo.
Not strong enough work from the Barbarian women at ruck time, but they find the penalty coming their way all the same.
Just going off her feet at breakdown time. Louise Webb, unfortunately, trying to affect the steal, but gone past the ball, so deemed off her feet. Gotta go straight on the ball if you're looking to execute that steal.
Totally different pace to the match in the second half.
Yeah, completely different. Just a little kind of going blow for blow. There's not as much excitement. There's not as much free-flowing ball as much as we saw in the first half.
Merrick feeds the line out, rising to receive. Claire Malloy, the Irish woman, at the centre of the rolling maul, with the Barbarian woman will clear away from through Catherine Dane. Scott sending it to the back line. It's an error.
Vantage knock.
Picked up on by Eloise Webb. Nadine Roos, the space over the top for the chip. Hele going to carry confidently into contact as always. Cheta Mbach. They were getting into an arm wrestle, and Hele used her weight to drop to the ground. Awe, always on the front foot. Jacobs, numbers to the left here for the Springmen, but the numbers aren't needed. The only number you need to see is 10. 10 out of 10. Roos is in.
The only number that the Barbarians women saw while they were chasing for Ghost was number 10, Nadine Roos. We said that you can't keep away from the try line very often, created the overlap, had the space on the outside, just way too tight. At breakdown time, the Barbarians women defense, and then it was all about finding that speedster, Nadine Roos, playing on the gain line and reaping the reward for that. They're about to make history, Paul.
Never before have the Springbok women won against the Barbarians. This the third time of asking. Second time on home turf. Second time in 2 years. Yaki Salir. No worries for Yaki Salir. The kicking form so quality from the number 14.
The confidence that they are going to be building off of this match. The Springbok women quick.
Webb receives the kickoff again and sends it to Ubisi, who has been absolutely dominant all the way throughout this match. Libby Janssen van Rensburg off to Lochner, who's gone forward in every contact so far. Libby Janssen van Rensburg takes it right to the line before dishing to Mpupa. Malinga easily making meters with every movement now. Janssen van Rensburg, an accomplished number 10. She keeps the play flowing and the clearing from Jacobs from the base of the ruck. Quality still since she's come onto the field. She has increased the tempo for the woman in green and gold. Great tackle from Claire Malloy, disrupting the flow of the South African women and winning the penalty for the Barbarians.
Claire Malloy made the hit early on Felicia Jacobs and then getting herself in a good position, coming through the gate and then getting hands around the ball. Unfortunately isolated on the ground there from Jacobs.
Looks like they might be thinking of the tap and go here. In fact, looks like they've got a move planned.
That's what we want to see. The Barbarians way.
Well, here they come with a classic schoolboy style move, and over the top from Marston Mulhern, but it's fallen straight into the welcoming arms of Dolph. Jacobs going to have a go herself. Jacobs looking dangerous here. She pins the ears back. Jacobs going to go all the way. Surely. Oh, what a try. She deserves it.
If there is no one else, there is Felicia Jacobs, who could step you in a phone booth. The welcome appreciation of the Springbok women. I think they would have doubted if they were going to get this W themselves, but they've done it in pure fashion. After the move from the Barbarians women, opting to just kick it straight at Handre Dolph. And look at that, the sidestep, the give and go from Felicia Jacobs, and then the pace to back it up. Extraordinary. They were looking for their identity. They were looking for the brand of rugby that they want to play in. The Springbok women, when they start expressing themselves, this is the type of rugby, this is the quality of rugby you can expect.
All she needs is a scrum cap, and she could be part of the Power Rangers that play on the wing for the Springbok men's.
Get a one now.
Yuki Salir gets underneath that one. Unsuccessful with the attempt.
Oh, she would have felt that from the kick, would have felt that she's gone under it too much.
Well, the Springbok women all get it near by the halfway line. They may consider this payback for the first ever match between these two sides at Twickenham in front of a crowd of 29,581 people. They were belted by the Barbarians, 60 points to 5. And then they lost again last year in another warm-up match for the WXV2. But this time around, oh, how the tables have turned. Eloise Webb. Good ball protection from the Springbok women. Try scorer Jacobs away to Libby Janssen van Rensburg. Teeming with confidence, the women in green and gold. And they seem to be finding plenty of space on the outside where they have the pace advantage. Malinga just waiting for another opportunity. Mpupa moving it forward. Mpupa pumping the legs through the contact. Janssen van Rensburg fills in at halfback.
Straight down.
All is well, no knock on. Donnell Lochner turns around and crosses the gain line yet again. How effective is she? Oh, the offload to one of the try scorers, Klingolo. The hands from the Springbok women. Impressive for a time. Then the knock on, followed by a pickup from a teammate, meaning not a scrum but a penalty. And the Barbarian women will not stop trying. The jersey that they are wearing demands it. And they'll continue to run the ball all the way to the final whistle, that's for sure. The feed back inside comes from Land to one of the best players, if not the best player in the black and white jersey today, Cheta Emba of the USA.
You stepped into field. She stepped into field when she was passing.
Two-cap Englishwoman, Rachel Land. She's got 109 caps for Gloucester. Abby Merrick with no caps for Wales, one of the youngsters in the team. Who's represented Wales at the under 18 and 26 nations, but just starting her career while so many women are ending it in this match. Steal from the Springbok women, they claim back possession and they will go again. Janssen van Rensburg off to Nokeke. Jacobs firing away time and again. Janssen van Rensburg to Mpupa, and now it's Eloise Webb taking it to the line. Malinga, what can she get done? She is a one-woman army. Malinga pile drives it down over the line, and the Springbok women are racking up the points.
Yeah, sure. So with this one, you had one arm. You can't really pull it up.
She was there.
Two hands.
She was there in 2021 when the Springbok woman took all those points at Twickenham in front of a crowd of almost 30,000. So consider this payback.
I'm done.
How about this for the stop and go? See me now. Simina Moore.
Seconds.
Yaki Salir of the Bulls Daisies. Back on her bike, she puts another one over the post. 2 more points to the green and gold. They're up to 59. And Louise Webb did well to occupy the defender and give Malinga that one chance to beat the one defender. And once the defender is gone, she's gone.
Thank you so much.
Enchanting rugby from the Springbok women today as they are building towards the WXV2 in fearsome form. We're back underway. Eloise Webb once again targeted. This time she can't hold on to the ball. And the Barbarians have a chance with ball in hand. Losing the territorial battle in the second half as they did in the first. And Marston Malhern continues to be targeted and marked by this ferocious defensive line of the Springbok women, which does not quit.
Wait.
Tap and go.
Just wait, 15. Wait.
Looks like we have a head knock on the field, so wisely so Zoe Nordia, formerly a Springbok herself, calling attention to the situation, and we're going to get medical treatment before going on. We're in the final minute of the match, and what a match it has been between these two sides. 59 points for the South African women. Oh, so impressive. Never nice to see this, never nice at all. Looks like Abby Merrick, who's down, the youngster from Wales, the replacement hooker. Let's see how it came to be. Well, it's not what the TMO will like to see. Amy Barrett to run. Sinazo Nkachulwa. Effective defending, might not be high. The golf cart onto the field for the young Abby Merrick of Wales. Looks like it's just a big knock,
sure.
thankfully.
I'm just going to tell the captain because they're asking here. Number 6? Number 6? Number 6. They have cleared that there. It's just mainly her knee, and they've checked that it's not high and high time.
What a match he's had. Sinazo Tlachulwa also represents the Springbok Sevens. So many of this women going cross-code, which of course means that their rugby calendar is chock-a-block. So the conditioning naturally improving. And up off the ground now, that's why you see Tlachulwa clapping the hands, the player that made the tackle, the big tackle on Abby Merrick.
Okay, yeah, sure. We'll just take it.
And while it looked like a big impact, it was all above board, everything was clean. No head contact, no penalty, no card resulting.
Shame, okay, shame.
She came on to replace Joanna Kitlinski of the USA. And we should see the self-same Kitlinski returning to the field as per the protocols of the front rankers. Brave and strong. The young number 16, Abby Merrick, makes her way from the field. To the applause and encouragement of the Springbok women and the Barbarians as well. Thumbs up from the youngster. The Barbarian woman in the final minute of the match kicked to touch to launch another attack to continue the tradition of these black and white jerseys, which of course is attack, attack, attack from the first whistle to the last. But that has been snatched away by Tlachulwa. just affected that massive tackle. And once again, she's turned the game around, and the Springbok women are on the advance, crossing the halfway line with 2 passes. Jacobs evades the first defender. Janse van Rensburg with the offload. That turnover would have been crucial because the Springbok women have numbers galore to the outside, and Poopa's going to take it to the line again, looking for the option. She hits Malinga, and we know why. Back inside to Poopa, into the 22 now. Whoa, almost a brilliant effort at the turnover from the player that's returned from the Sinbin, Nengala. Jacobs with the tap and go, no time to waste. The clock's gone red, the hooter has sounded. Mickey Gunther with ball in hand, feeds it to Mkiva. Jacobs feeds to WXV2, which is to come later this month. They'll have another match in between that as well when they take on Spain right here at the DHL Stadium as well on the 19th. But for now, ahead of the massive match which is to come, this is a sweet, sweet victory with so many Springbok fans filtering into the stands. There is your final score, 9 tries to the Springbok women, who conquer the Barbarians 59 points to 17 in Cape Town.